This video is brought to you by the EA GameChangers program. Hi guys, it's Kai here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a different style video. I don't typically do things like this, but I decided I'd give it a try. This is going to be all about my kind of first impressions, first look, first review, I guess you can say, on the new expansion pack coming to The Sims 4 very soon, actually. I have not gotten my hands on the game yet, but I have gotten to see some things and we got to see the trailer, so we're going to talk about that. First things first, the pack is going to be called The Sims 4 Island Living. It is an expansion pack, like I said, and it comes out on June 21st on the PC. As I talk, I'll be showing you some screenshots that I took from the trailer and also some screenshots that have been provided to me from EA. So let's just kind of jump into the new world of Sulani, which is a completely residential, like livable world, and I think that's awesome. I don't know if you can vacation to it like you can with Salvadoradia. Why do I always forget the name of that? And also Granite Falls. I don't know if you can vacation to this world, but I do know that you can live in it, which is really nice. This world consists of 3 neighborhoods, and I'm so sorry if I pronounce these wrong, but they're a little tough. So the first one is Lanny St. Taz. It is the upscale neighborhood and it has 5 lots. Next up is Ohanali Town. That has 6 lots. Many of them are beachfront, and this is kind of the cultural town center. It's where events happen every single day, and just look for the balloons basically and you'll find the event that's going on. And the last neighborhood is Pelam, and this is the natural island, and that has 3 lots. So altogether this world comes with 14 lots, which is amazing. Amazing. All of those lots are fully editable, meaning that you can make them residential, you can make them commercial, you can do literally whatever you want with them. There was also mention of something called a water lot, and I'm not 100% sure what that means. I don't know if that means a beachfront lot or like how in Sims 3 there was those water lots off the coast. I don't know because we didn't get to see them, but there was mention of a water lot and they are in fixed locations, so it's making me think they're kind of like those off lots, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. There's also a lot of information to get through, so just give me a second. Bear with me. I'll try to put timestamps down in the description so you can kind of pick and choose, you know, what you want to hear from. Let's first talk about swimming because for some reason this is one of the things that I am most excited for. You can swim in the ocean water, and that seems really silly, but guess what? We can finally do it. Currently swimming in the ocean is only in Sulani, but they did make sure to mention that they are not closed down to the option or idea of putting it in future worlds or putting it in past worlds. They just wanted to really focus on honing this and making it good, so they put it only in this world for right now. Fingers crossed they'll bring it to other worlds, because I think it would be silly if you had to travel to this world just to swim in the ocean. They also pointed out that there are 3 different swim styles, one of which being the normal doggy paddle that we've seen in pools. A second one is like a free kind of, what they call it, free stroke? No. Faster stroke? I don't know. Something with an F. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. There's another swim style, and then there's a third that I don't know what it is because either I wasn't paying attention or they didn't mention it. But there are different swim styles now, depending on how far you're going or how talented your sim is. How active your sim is, I should say. Dogs can also swim in the water, which I'm really excited to see. And you can also kiss in the water, which is really cool, I guess. So there are shallower areas on the beach that toddlers can kind of play around in, which is really nice. So toddlers get to be included on this whole beach vacation trip world thing. There also may or may not be sharks that may or may not be able to kill your sims. Around the world, you will also notice buoys, and at those buoys, a few things take place. So there are diving buoys, and there are also snorkeling buoys. I didn't get to see much of this, so all I know is that it exists, and I can't wait to explore it. Dolphins are also the other thing that show up at buoys at specific locations, and dolphins are kind of really interesting because you get to interact with them, you can feed them, you can interact with them, they can even do tricks, and the more friendly you are with a dolphin, the more tricks they'll do. The next thing I want to talk about is sunbathing, which is another thing I was really excited that they were bringing back. So this one gets a little bit confusing because at first they said that sunbathing was exclusive to Sulani, but then they also said that sunburns and tans are exclusive to the pack and not the world. So there's a little bit of confusion there, but I'm hoping that you can tan everywhere, because that just kind of makes sense. The sun is everywhere, so why wouldn't you be able to tan anywhere? But the sunbathing is a little bit different than we've seen it before, and I think it's really cool. So you can sunbathe on towels, you can sunbathe on loungers, and you can sunbathe on floaties that go out in the water. And you can not only sunbathe in your swimwear, but you can sunbathe in your current outfit, whatever that may be, or you can sunbathe in the nude. This is especially special because guess what? Your outfit affects your tan lines. Isn't that is awesome. I know it's just like a tiny detail, but little details like that make a huge difference. And back to those floaties, or the float loungers as they were calling them, they not only float, obviously, but they float around. So they don't just stay in one specific spot. Once you put them down and like get on them, they start to kind of float around the water. And I think, again, that's like one of those small features that's really nice. There was also mention of sand activities, things like, you know, building a sand castle, but other than that, I don't know too many details about that yet, so I can't wait to see it. And I know a huge thing that people were looking for was mermaids. Mermaids are back. Mermaids are another occult sim, kind of similar to how vampires are. They are a whole different group of sims, which means that they, like, anybody can be a mermaid. Anyone from child up is technically a mermaid, but you do not see their mermaid traits until they're a teen. As in, like, you don't see their tail. I don't believe they can use their powers until they become a teen. These mermaids are fully editable in casts, as in you can make them in casts, but also you can become a mermaid. So like a pre-existing sim can turn into a mermaid. I do not have details on how yet, but again, look forward to seeing it. There are also new careers that come with this pack. So the main one is the conservationist career. That is a full-blown career, and you can do this career in any of the worlds, but all of like the active things are going to take place in Solani. There are also 3 part-time careers: fishing, diving, and a lifeguard. And we got confirmation that the lifeguard can be done by teens. I am not sure about the other 2 though yet. There's also a new woohoo location. Fun fact. Alright, let's talk about build by, my favorite category. First up, Stilt Foundations, which is going to come in handy on those beachfront properties. Didn't get to see too much detail on how it worked, but thinking since they're foundations that they would work the same way as a foundation does, but when you apply it, all of a sudden like the bottom disappears. That's what I'm guessing. Don't really know. Have some screenshots from it, from the trailer and whatnot, but that's about it. And I saw so many items. And not only were these items tropical kind of looking, but there was also some generic items that you could use in so many different style builds. And I personally am really excited about that. I don't like when a pack is super stylized and you can't use it with other packs. So like vampires, beautiful items, and some of them can be used with other things, but they are very specific to that kind of old Victorian style look. Whereas these items looked like they easily could fit in with packs, like other packs, and just general building. I also saw some really cute plants, and I'm like real excited about that. There are also a couple items that have the functional while off the grid option, which goes along with the new lot trait, which is off the grid. I don't know exactly how this works. I have very limited info. I'm just trying to get it all out so you guys know what we're working with here and can get excited. But off the grid as a lot trait, I believe it is coming. They've also updated fans, so the new pack comes with at least one fan that I saw, and fans are now updated to where they actually cool you off, and if you're wet, they will dry you off. There's also a new ceiling objects category, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what that means for like the future, but if they felt like they needed to add it, that makes me think that there's more ceiling objects that are going to be added other than just lights. So I'm like kind of curious about what that could be. Alright, final category is casts. From what I saw, a lot of the items obviously were very tropical, very like short sleeves, skirts, things like that. But also I saw kind of like a hipster sporty style. Again, I think, just because I haven't seen it yet, but I think they've done a really good job of combining the tropical style with, you know, some other items that can be used anywhere and would make sense. Like I could put my sim in some of these items, but in San Myshuno, and they'd blend in. They wouldn't look like, you know, a tropical person standing in the middle of the city, you know? Also, there are a lot, not a lot, but a lot. I don't know if a lot is over exaggerating, but there's a handful, maybe a handful and a half of natural hairs coming with this pack, which I'm conflicted about. I understand why they put them with this pack, but I feel like we need more natural hairs to be released in an update for free for the base game so that players can have access to those kind of hairs without having to purchase an expansion pack. I think it's a step in the right direction, but it's not fully there yet. But they are some really beautiful hairs, and I'm excited that they did them. I just feel like there's, you know, maybe a couple that could be added into base game as an update, a free update for other simmers. There's also some updated toddler diapers. There are some new tattoos. There are new face details, which I saw put on a mermaid, so I don't know if they're exclusive to mermaids, but I did see some new face details. There are also new eyes. Again, I believe they are only specific to mermaids, but I'm not 100% sure. There are also really sharp teeth, and they remind me of a very specific, like, scary mermaid, but I can't call to mind what it is, but they're sharp and they're gross and interesting. There are also, I think, 3 new traits and 1 new aspiration. And I think that's it, guys. So I didn't want to go too much into detail about all the information that I found, just because I want to give you information, but not so much information that when you finally get the game that you're not like, oh, I already know about this. I still want you to be able to discover the game on your own, but I wanted to just give you more information in case you were like on the fence about the pack. I also wanted to give my kind of ideas about it. I'm overall really excited for this pack. It seems like they've done a good job balancing, like I said, the whole style situation, whereas before I feel like they used to be very style specific per pack and it wouldn't match with other packs. But with this pack, I think they've done a good job at balancing that. There are a few things that I'm still kind of up in the air about, but I don't want to comment on too much just because I don't know if it's true, because I don't have my hands on the game yet. Like the whole, I understand that Solani is a living world, like you can live in it, but I want to know if I can vacation to it as well. Like if I have a sim that has a normal 9-to-5 job and I want them to go visit the beach just for fun because that's the only place I can swim, can I do that? I don't know. All right, other than that, I think that is it. That is about all the information and thoughts that I have currently. I can't wait to get my hands on this pack, and I can't wait to see what you guys think. So if there's anything else that you want to know, anything that you want me to explore in any other videos, let me know down below, and I will try and do my best to either answer them or explore them once I get my hands on the pack. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this video here, and as always, have a life, happy time zone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!